Welcome to Subject Baseball, where I, Marleigh, talk all things baseball because the subject is baseball. Today's lecture is the Women's Pro Baseball League Teams 101. We're going to start off with Boston. I'm going to walk you through the roster and mention a couple of the names I'll be keeping an eye on, as well as a short explanation of how the draft pick worked on November 20th. This is really exciting because it's a brand new era of women playing baseball. The last women's league was in 1954, so we've been waiting on this one a little bit. There will be an episode for each team, so if Boston isn't your thing, we've got San Francisco, LA, and New York coming up, so keep an eye out for those episodes. After all 4 team episodes, there will be another episode coming out with the history of the league and previous leagues before it, and details with how to watch and where to watch the women's games when the season comes around. The draft was on November 20th, and it worked like a snake draft. So San Francisco picked, then LA, then New York, then Boston, and then Boston picked New York, LA, and San Francisco, and it weaved back and forth for 6 rounds. Each team will have a 15-player roster. They currently have picked 30 women, and over the course of the next few months, they'll figure out who their starting roster will be. All women picked in the draft have an equal chance of playing opening day, no matter if they were picked in the first round or the last round. Consider the bell rung and class started. Here's your Boston Women's Pro Baseball League team. All following pictures popping up on the screen on the YouTube video are coming from the Boston Women's League Instagram page, and all of the details are coming from their website. Hyuna Kim was picked first. She's a catcher. She's 25 years old, and she's from South Korea. Ali Schroeder was picked next. She's a right-handed pitcher. She's 23 years old, and she's from British Columbia, Canada. I'm keeping my eye on Ali because she was on the Canadian women's national team at 17 years old. She's a wildlife firefighter. She's also the first woman to sign and play in the Canadian Collegiate Baseball Conference. So, she's got my vote. I'm keeping my eye on her. Rain Pajam is a right-handed pitcher. She's 20, and she's also from British Columbia, Canada. I'm also keeping my eye on her just because I like her style. She's got similar dyed red hair, so I'm keeping my eye on her. Zoe Hicks is a third baseman. She's 27, and she's from Manitoba, Canada. Alexis Hastings was picked. She's a left fielder. She's 23, and she's from North Carolina. Kate Blunt is a shortstop. She's 22, from Laredo Ranch, California. Denver Bryant plays second base. She's 22, and she's from Georgia. Tykara Geldenhuys. Let me look up that name. Tykara Geldenhuys is an outfielder. She's 24, and she's from Australia. I also very much like her vibe. I like all the Australian players, so I'm going to keep my eye on her. Suzuku Yamamoto is a shortstop. She's 26, from Japan. Micah Dumais is a right-handed pitcher. She's 17 years old, and she's from Quebec. She's only one of 4 17-year-olds in the whole draft. They're the youngest players. Gisela Schiano is a right-handed pitcher. She's 18 years old, from Pennsylvania. I got her name wrong. Maria Jose Valenzuela is an infielder and a utility player, which means that she'll be able to move around in a few different positions. She's 28, from Mexico. Molly Pattinson is a center fielder. She's 18, from Polandval, Australia. Elizabeth Greenwood is a catcher. She's 26, from New Hampshire. Sabrina Robinson is a first base player. She's 22, from New Jersey. Gabrielle Haas is a shortstop. She's 23 years old, from Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. Paloma Banak is a left-handed pitcher. She's 22, from Washington, D.C. Stephanie Everett is a left fielder. She's 28, from Maryland. Luciana Moreno is an infielder, and she's 19 years old, from Wisconsin. Ali Bebere is a right-handed pitcher. She's 31, from Montmorency, Australia. She is the oldest player on this team at 31 years old. So Boston definitely has a younger team compared to some of the other teams. Emily Baxter is an outfielder. She's 25, from Ontario, Canada. Brady Birdsall is a second base player. She's 19, from Saskatoon, Canada. Megan Houck is an infielder. She's 22, from Ravenna, New York. Laura Hooray is a right-handed pitcher. She's 26, from London, and I believe she's the only player from the United Kingdom when I was checking over my list. Olivia Bricker is a left-handed pitcher. She's 25 from Cincinnati, Ohio. Sadie Zion is a first base player. She's 19 from Danbury, Connecticut. Nadia Diaz is a third base player. She's 25 from Cicero, New York. Nyla Ramirez is a right-handed pitcher. She's 28 from Brooklyn, New York. And I also really like her vibe. She looks very intimidated. Not intimidated, looks very intimidating. And I'm very excited to see her play. Clara Rice is a first base player. She's 20 from Maryland. Mary Grace O'Neill also plays first base. She's 22 from Pleasantville, New York. There's not much information about any of the staffing or the coaches yet, except for what's on their website of like the higher up management people. So I'm excited to see who any of the coaches are for any of the teams and if they're familiar faces, just who they are. There is one, like, I guess you would call him a beat writer or like a sports reporter, who drafted up the summaries for each of the teams and put together these roster lists on their website. His name is Matt Warren, and this is his quote for the Boston team. Boston closed the inaugural Women's Pro Baseball League draft by securing one of the league's most well-rounded and globally diverse group of players. With impact arms, reliable infield defenders, dynamic outfielders, and an impressive mix of young standouts and seasoned veterans, the club built a roster that reflects depth, balance, and long-term competitiveness. I am definitely getting a competitive vibe just from the short little videos that were played in the draft from some of the players, or the introductions that were given, or I've checked out some of their Instagram pages, and they do look pretty intimidating and competitive, so I'm definitely excited for this team. I'm picking Boston as my team to root for the Women's Pro League. That pretty much sums up the Boston team and this week's episode. I know it's a short one. The next 3 are going to be also short ones because they're also just summaries of the teams. Come back next week for the San Francisco episode and stick around for the extra credit for more resources. If you decided that this podcast wasn't exactly for you, the extra credit is just a list of some other podcasts or YouTube channels for you to watch or listen to in case this one really wasn't your vibe. Consider class dismissed, and I'll see you next week. Welcome to the extra credit portion of the episode. Thanks for listening to this episode, and here are some other podcasts or resources if you decided subject baseball isn't really for you. If you're looking for Red Sox media specifically, besides the tens of TV shows and movies out there, the Section 10 podcast talks statistics, and they post an episode after each series. You can listen to anywhere you get your podcasts, but I think it's funnier to watch these guys on YouTube. The NESN reporters do a podcast called 310 to Left, and there's also the Fenway Rundown. 310 is found on the NESN YouTube channel, but you can also listen to it wherever you get your podcasts. Fenway Rundown can be found on the Mass Live YouTube or anywhere you listen to your podcasts. For more casual sports information, check out Katie Nolan. She has a SiriusXM podcast and a YouTube channel where she posts her shorter videos. While she's not sports specifically, and she's all things Philly, Kylie Kelsey's podcast Not Gonna Lie shines the light on women in sports if you're looking for some female empowerment. These next few I haven't watched or listened to myself, so while I'm throwing them out there, they do not come with a review from me. Baseball Explained is a channel on YouTube with shorter explanation videos on a variety of baseball topics. Baseball is Dead, Foul Territory, and Baseball Today are the most popular podcasts when you search baseball on Spotify. There's also Mookie Betts' podcast called On Base with Mookie Betts. I have no idea what that one's about. It could be anything. Feel free to share other baseball or sports podcasts down in the comments for our new fan friends. And thanks again for listening to Subject Baseball. Bye. Leave now, please.